shining. Cold turn in the darkness. I need a moment of silence. This is our moment. This is our moment. This is our moment. Gladiator and it's all war. What you think that I've been fighting for? Got a cape on like a superhero. They pushing at me like a matador. Nah, I don't need your energy. I don't need your negativity. I'm just trying to bring my people up. Promise y'all I got the remedy. Straight to the roof, tell them we bring the troops. We got a little surprise, you thinking that we the truth. We keep it 120, we never make an excuse. So I'm gonna tell everybody down, never coming for you.
大家好，我是 Jon Raven, 洛根市市长。G'day folks, my name is Jon Raven. I'm very grateful to be the Mayor of Logan, and today it's a really exciting day for me because this is my first time visiting Taiwan. So I've been here for 3 days and they're the best 3 days of my life. Now, I'm going to play some games before I get into talking about how great the city of Logan is and why we're so happy to be in a sister city relationship with Taoyuan. Can you put your hand up for me if you've been to Australia before, anywhere in Australia? Amazing, good to see, good to see. Keep your hand up if you've been to Queensland. Oh, very good, very good. Now, last test, keep your hand up if you've been to Logan. That's okay, that means there's lots of people in this room who can visit our city. So, the reason why I asked that question is because one of the biggest challenges that my city has is we are between our capital city in Queensland, which is called Brisbane, and we're between the Gold Coast, which is the tourism capital of our entire state, and everybody knows the beautiful beaches on the Gold Coast. But people don't necessarily know where we are in between those two locations. Now, I've got some prizes I'd like to give away. Do you want to win some prizes? Yes. Yes. Oh. So you have to answer me some questions to win some prizes. Are you ready to answer some questions? Yes, yeah? Sir. Good, good. Here we go. Can anyone tell me the capital city of Australia? Oh, this one right here. Boom, she went straight away. That was Canberra. Is that what I heard you say? Congratulations, you have won yourself a Logie Bear. Well done. You were super quick. That was so good. Okay, your next question, and I gave you a clue with this one. Does anyone know which state in Australia that Logan is in? Queensland. Who said that? There we go. Congratulations. Well done. Give her a round of applause. Now, this one is a speed. Whoever answers first gets the last prize. Who can name an Australian animal? Koala. Good work. Well done. And you win the koala. Congratulations. Very good job. Now, the reason why we give out Logie Bears, which is what we call them, koalas from Logan, is because we have a very green city. And anywhere there is a home in Logan, there is a koala living within 1 kilometre. That's how, because we have bushland and everything in our city, and it means that koalas are moving through our city all the time, and we actually have to be quite careful. So this is what I was talking to you about earlier. Logan is a city in Australia that's in the state of Queensland, and you can see us here, we're the red star. This is a pointer, this is a pointer, I love it, I've got the power. We're the red star between Brisbane and the Gold Coast. We are the fastest growing city in Queensland, and we have so much in common with Taoyuan. Even though Taoyuan is a very big city, very busy city, we have a population of 400,000, but we are the fastest growing city in Queensland, just like Taoyuan is the fastest growing city in Taiwan. We are also the youngest city in Queensland. Our median age is 34, and I know Taoyuan is the youngest with about a median age of 42. And we are also one of the most affordable places to buy a home in Queensland, which means a lot of people live in Logan, but they travel to Brisbane or they travel to the Gold Coast for work, which I know is similar with people living in Taoyuan but travelling to Hsinchu and to Taipei for work as well. Now, we are structured a little bit differently to what you would normally see for a city. We have many centres. So instead of having one big central business district, We have many different places. Around our city that serve different purposes. So where our city hall is, where our city government chambers are, that's a civic precinct where we have our entertainment centres, and we will have one of our Olympic venues as well. Then we have Springwood, which is up here. Let's do this. Ready? We have Springwood, which is where our business district is with lots of high-rises. We have Beanley, which is our historical and cultural area, and then we have Meadowbrook, which is where we have our Logan Hospital, and all of these are connected with the biggest highway in the state. Over 400,000 cars drive past our city every day. Because we have so many centres, we have 70 suburbs. We're a very big city, but not as big as Taoyuan. So Taoyuan is 1,300 square kilometres, whereas Logan is just under 1,000 square kilometres at 957. We have two major highways that run through our city, 3 major highways that run through our city, and we're a very busy trade and logistics location because of that. But what we are is authentic. Our cultural heritage is lived every day by people in our community. When you walk the streets of Logan, you see people from everywhere in the world. In fact, if you came to visit, you would feel like you were at home, because no matter where you're from in the world, you have friends and family in Logan. And we take it very seriously, especially when we engage with our Indigenous communities. Every month, I host citizenship ceremonies. That's where we have people who are becoming Australian citizens. We have about 800 people every month who choose to become citizens in our city, and we have so much fun at those events, and I spend time engaging with our multicultural leaders and really making people feel like no matter where they're from, they are welcome in Logan. That we love having them there, and we want them to maintain their language, their culture, and their faith, because those differences is what makes Logan such a fantastic place to live. We are also makers and innovators. We have over 27,000 businesses in our city, and most of them are small businesses, but our big industries are the health industry, construction, manufacturing, retail, and logistics. What we would like to do over time, though, is shift our economy so that we're more like Taoyuan, with recycling, renewable energy, and advanced manufacturing and technologies, which is why our relationship with Taoyuan is so important, because we have so much to learn from your city and the ways that you have grown over the 30 years that we've been sister cities. We have many companies, many big and successful businesses that are established in Logan. These are just 2 of them. The one on the top is a business called Go On. We call them a triple unicorn. So they're a technology startup company that's worth $3 billion. They are an edutech business, so education technology. They're like Netflix for online learning. So government organisations and companies do all their training through Go On. The founder is Vu Tran. He's a good friend of mine. He's a first-generation Vietnamese immigrant, and in his spare time, he's a doctor. So he's a very, very smart man, but he also loves to try and make a difference in the world. Now this one here, this is a really exciting one. This is Google Wing. They're a drone delivery company, and just before COVID, they come to us and said, we would love to deliver goods to your community using drones. And they wanted to know if they thought our community would embrace it. I said yes, because we have a very, very young community. COVID happened about a year later, and it was the perfect time, because people had to stay home, but the drones could bring them coffee, medicine, even hardware like screws and tools that they would need delivered to their home, so they didn't need to go out to the shops could come to them. And now we have something even better, where they actually launch off the tops of shopping centres, so any clothes or anything you can buy in the shopping centre that weighs less than 1.5 kilos can be delivered to your home by a drone. That's over 5,000 deliveries every week. So when you're in Logan, it's not unusual to see drones flying overhead. We also have an incredibly diverse community, and as Andy said, and as the Secretariat said as well, we're focused on making sure that people continue to pass on and learn their languages and pass them on to their children. I'll tell you a very quick story. My kids, their mother is Czechoslovakian. Her grandparents came to Logan as refugees after World War II. They spoke no English, only Czech. Then her parents spoke some Czech and some English. Their mum speaks no Czech no Czechoslovakian whatsoever, and my kids don't know anything about their culture or their heritage. They are just Australian. And that is a shame, because we want you to maintain your culture and your connection to your homeland when you're in Logan, because that enriches us as a community, as lessons that your heritage brings with you, makes it easier for you to run businesses. You bring your work ethic, your creativity, and your determination. We have so many different cultures in our city, and we actually have a very large Hakka community in Logan as well. The Taiwanese Indigenous community. They're a lovely group of people. They're from all over our region, but we have more of them living in Logan than any other city in our area. They have their own community organisation, they perform at our events, and we love having them there and sharing their culture with us. We have over 234 cultures in Logan, with a population of 400,000 people. That means we have one culture for every 1,700 people that live in our city. That density of diversity doesn't exist anywhere else in the world. Even when I visited New York recently, which everybody knows is a melting pot where people come from all over the world to live together, they did not have the kind of diversity that we have. As I walk through our city, I can see faces from all over the world and people speaking different languages everywhere, and it warms my heart, and we're very proud of it. 1/3 of our population is either born overseas or has a parent born overseas, which shows you how common it is to see people from other parts of the world living in Logan. We're also the fastest growing city in our state, and this is something that is a challenge, because we have lots of infrastructure to build, lots of new roads, lots of new public transport, and I know that Taoyuan is also the fastest growing city in Taiwan. To give you a comparison, by 2050, Taoyuan will have an extra 200,000 people living here, with a population of 2.5 million. By 2050, Logan will double its population, with an extra 400,000 people. That is an incredible amount of growth to do in a very short period of time, which is why we need to learn from how well you've done your growth and understand what we can do to make sure that we're providing the homes and the infrastructure that people need and expect. You can see here the state government, the levels of government that sit above us give us density targets and housing targets. We are beating all of them. No other city comes close to us, and we will exceed them all every step of the way through our unique way of doing planning policy and encouraging businesses to come to our city to establish themselves. We have many different facilities across our community, which includes our administration continues to deliver major and important facilities for people to enjoy, whether that be libraries, parks, art galleries, cultural activities, but sport is a huge deal in Logan. We have one of the most successful nursery programs and training programs for rugby league in the entire country. If you've seen a superstar playing rugby league in Australia, the chances are they've come from Logan, especially if they're from Queensland. When I embarked on my election campaign, the community said to me, what will you do for our city? How will you change our city? How will you be different to every other mayor? I know this is a question that all communities ask of their elected representatives. My answer to them is that I wanted to build a long-term city vision, that we wanted to stop short-term planning, and instead of focusing on a 3 or 4 year planning horizon, we wanted to start focusing on a 50-year planning horizon. There is no other city in our country that is taking on this ambitious challenge, and the goal is for us to transform the parts of our city that still need work, while also making sure we protect what our community loves about Logan, so they don't lose the heart and soul of the city they love, but they can see a higher quality of life with greater aspirations. And so through this, we've been speaking to our community now for 7 months, asking them, what would you like to see in the future? What does 2075 look like to you? And when you think about how far away that is, if you look back 50 years to see how much the world has changed, in 2075, we did not have mobile phones. In 2075, the things that we take for granted, in 1975, we did not have mobile phones. And the things that we took for granted back then were things like, in Australia, we didn't even have very much public transport. A lot of our roads still weren't sealed with bitumen. We had dirt roads in our communities. Now, fast forward 50 years, and we're looking at AI and the impacts that that will have on our communities and our workplaces. We're looking at having robots in our restaurants, and just like you are doing these same things as well, it will change the face of our city and our country forever. And this is a huge moment for our city, and it's an incredible moment for our region. Logan is in the very centre of southeast Queensland. You can't move people or products throughout our region without coming through our city, and we like to call ourselves the centre of everywhere. We're well placed to host sporting events and visitors. In fact, if you stay in Logan, you can get to any of the other major cities in our area in 30 minutes. It's impossible to do from any other city, and it's a very, very effective way to base yourself in our city and then move to other parts of the region. We're very fortunate in the lead up to the Olympics to have received investment from the state and federal governments in Australia. This will be a $200 million indoor sports facility, which is a 9-court indoor sports facility. It's so badly needed in Logan that by the time it's built, we will need to build another one to keep up with how fast our population is growing and how much our community loves sports like basketball. This venue is right next to our council chambers, next to our civic centre, and it will change the centre that it's based in. It will make it look so different by the time it's built in 2029 in the lead up to the Olympic Games. I can't wait to see what Olympic sports we're going to host there.
When the world comes to Brisbane for the Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2032, we will be ready.
I'll be ready. I'll be ready. We'll be ready.
To win gold.
To win the gold.
And their biggest win so far.
I'll be ready to welcome my country and the world.
We'll be ready to supply the games.
We're ready to cheer on the athletes.
And enjoy the legacy the Games will bring to our city.
Council is also getting ready for the 2032 Games. We've developed a roadmap to guide our ambitions, which focuses on delivery of new community facilities and infrastructure, stimulating economic growth, improving the health of Logan residents, and leveraging Logan's cultural diversity to connect with the world. Logan is uniquely placed to help deliver the Games and create a legacy that will positively impact our city for generations to come.
In the lead up to the Olympic Games, we would love to invite as many people as possible to visit Logan, because as you come to know our community and our city, you'll realise it's the best place to stay if you want to come either as an athlete or a spectator, or perhaps a volunteer or an official supporting the Taiwanese team in the 2032 Games. And this brings me to something that's really, really exciting. Now, who here likes baseball? No one likes baseball? No. In 2024, baseball did not make it into the Olympic Games. It was not in the Paris Games. In 2028, when the Olympics are in LA, baseball will be played. But at the moment, in 2032, baseball is not an Olympic sport. It's going to miss out. And there's a few reasons for that. Australians don't play a lot of baseball. We have a professional baseball league, but we mainly play cricket. I would love to see baseball in the 2032 Games, and I think that we should be able to host it in Logan. To do that, we want to be able to have a stadium built, and we're here in Taiwan talking to Taiwanese investors and companies that would want to build that stadium. Because how amazing would it be if Taiwan saved and Taoyuan saved the baseball from missing out on the Olympics in 2032. We've already spoken to a university which is happy to have the stadium built on its grounds. And just last night, my team and I, we went to watch the Rakuten Monkeys play baseball. I was so impressed with the sports culture that you have here in Taiwan, and I'm sure that it's unique to Taoyuan. The constant cheering and chanting. When we watch sport in Australia, we cheer when they kick a goal. We cheer when they score a try. We don't cheer the entire game like you do. The cheerleaders leading the dancing and all of the different chants you had. I was so impressed. And we went to visit the Taipei Dome as well when we first landed in Taipei, and so amazing that you have a fully air-conditioned indoor stadium like that. We have nothing like that in Australia. We were very, very impressed. What we would like to do is have our baseball stadium built right here, which is on the Griffith University campus. Griffith University is an elite sports university in Australia, and they are the official Olympic Games partner for education in 2032. They have so many elite athletes that are competing on the international stage that in 2024, if Griffith University was a country, they would have come 11th in the gold medal tally on the world stage, which shows you how many medals they are winning and how impressive their elite program is. As you can see here, with this site being here, it's very close to this major highway. There's a brand new train station being built just here, next to the hospital, and we have a green bridge that will be connecting us to the Logan Hyperdome, which is the biggest shopping centre in our state. 44 hectares of retail shopping for you to do, and we could just zip you across on a 5-minute bus to get you straight there from the stadium. Now, a lot of people in Australia say to me, why on earth would you want baseball to come to the Olympics? Because it's not a major sport in Australia, but I think of things differently. I think of it as an export product that we can look at across the world, because there are over 65 million baseball fans worldwide. It's a $14 billion industry, and I think that we should be exporting Australian sport and how amazing the city of Logan looks to the world, and it will help us build trade relationships and global partnerships to truly make this a city that people recognise on the world stage. This is the site that we're proposing to put the baseball stadium on. The existing university are the buildings over here, and this you can see right here is where we'd like to put the stadium. All of this is university land, and for anyone who likes to play golf, all of this land up here is a 27-hole golf course as well. So it's a wonderful place to come and to invest, but also to come and watch baseball and then enjoy other activities as well. You'll be able to connect yourself very easily through public transport to other parts of our city. And you can see here as well that we will have a pedestrian access beneath the highway, which is what's running along here, that will let you easily get to our bus network and to our train station. This is, we can't forget that when we're talking about baseball, we're also talking about softball, right? Because baseball and softball go hand in hand. This is Kayla, she's an Australian softball player, and we brought her out to have a look at the fields and say, would you love to play baseball at this location? She said, this would be amazing. I would move to the city of Logan and tell all of my friends who play baseball, play softball all across the world to come and move to Logan as well. We'd love to see competitive softball being played more in Logan. We actually have more softball fields, more softball diamonds in Logan than we have rugby union fields. So it shows you that there is already a grassroots participation in baseball and softball in our city. Now, the innovation that we have in our city is second to none. We're the drone delivery capital of Australia and the world. Nowhere else in the world has as many drone deliveries as we do on any given day. But we also have an aerospace industry. The first Australian rockets were launched into space by a company that's based in Logan. They do rocket fuel. They continue to build more and more capacity, and their technology is unique for its stability and its strength. We love to, and they're actually working in partnership with other countries around the world to make sure that we can provide that support and that technology in other parts with our strategic partners. We also love to invite people from all over the world, and at the moment, the world can be a very uncertain place. Every day we see that there is conflict in different parts of the world. The best way to change that, the best way to make sure that you have a safe and stable region and a safe and stable globe is by having strong people-to-people relationships. We know that the connections that we have with communities all around the world is what makes Logan such a safe and welcoming place for people to come and stay. Australia is renowned for being a very safe place in the world. We have very, very low crime. We have very, very stable governments with strong democracies. The transition. Some of my friends who have won the multicultural awards for our state have said to me that since they've come to Australia, they've seen 4 changes of Prime Minister, 4 changes of Premier, 3 changes of mayor. All of those changes of power have been done smoothly, peacefully, and in an orderly fashion. He said, no other country in the world has such a strong claim on the democratic principles as Australia does. And that's why we love to engage with our sister cities. That's why the relationship we have with Taiyuan is so important, because by maintaining those strong people-to-people connections, we can also maintain relationships that not only benefit our community, but benefit the entire world as well. Now, this is where we hosted a Taiyuan education delegation in March this year as part of the 30th anniversary celebrations of our sister city relationships. And we look forward to welcoming your Mayor, Mayor Chang, to come to Logan soon so we can show the fantastic experiences and how big the Taiwanese community is in Logan. This is just part of the programs that we run to support the diversity in our city, because we know that you can't just say, hey, diversity is important, and then put it aside. You must actually actively encourage people to feel like they're welcome and they belong. One of the things that we know in Australia, being an island city with being an island country with beautiful beaches, is a lot of people come from around the world and they may have never seen, they may never have swum at the beach, and may never have seen a very deep pool. And so it's so important to us to train people both to be how to swim, but how to be safe in these environments, because our beaches are beautiful, but we want to make sure that people have good safety around the water. And this is a great way to make people feel connected to the Australian community, because Australians all learn how to swim for a very young age. And so when Australians can share that knowledge and that safety with our community, it really makes them feel as though they feel like they belong. We also provide support for homework clubs, English lessons, and helping you to maintain your own language as well, because that is a huge part of your identity. If you lose your diversity, your culture is made up of your language, your faith, and your traditions. And if you lose any one of those 3, your culture fades very, very quickly. We want to support people's culture so that they can stay connected to their homeland while living in their new home right here in Logan. Now, this is the Chongtian Temple, which is a very popular place for our Taiwanese visitors to come and visit. It is a huge facility based in Presale, which is right at the north of our city. It's absolutely beautiful. It has hotel accommodation. It has cultural and religious practices of Buddhism, and we love having our venerable monks there with demonstrations of martial arts as well as ways of peace, love, and inclusion. Education is also a very big deal in Logan, and we know how important it is. If people want to invest in our city, they want to know that their children can come and have great education. As I've come to Taiwan, I've actually learned that one of our biggest and most prestigious schools, John Paul College, there are so many people who graduated from John Paul College who are living in Taiyuan, Taipei, and even Taichung. It's so great that we have a network of people educated in Logan who are advocates for our city. But it's more than just John Paul College. We also have Maple Park State High and Marsden State High. Marsden State High is a public school. It is the biggest public school in our country with 4,500 students. They have incredibly unique opportunities, including elite sports programs, NASA programs, so they can learn aeronautical aerospace. And Maple Park actually trains drone pilots, so that when children graduate from high school, they can go straight into agriculture and other industries that exist because of our drone technology. We're very proud of our educational facilities, but the 2 most prestigious private schools in our city are John Paul College, which is very famous internationally for their high standard of international student education, and then Canterbury College, which is renowned for sport, but they're also starting to invite and welcome more and more international students into their school every year. So often when you go and you Google Logan after this, because I know that's what you're going to do, you're going to want to dig in, you're going to want to find out more information about Logan and understand what the opportunities there are for you and where you could stay and what you would like to do. Our schools are actually, both of those schools I mentioned are in the top 50 schools for the state and in the top 4 schools for the entire country. But next time you visit Australia, there are many, many beautiful cities all around our country. I love Logan the best. It is obviously the most beautiful city in my opinion, but we would encourage you to come and stay in Logan, come and visit Logan, because of our city, 70% of our city, even though we're growing so fast, is still green, rural, or open space. We are such a green city. We are the lungs of Queensland. And so when you come to visit Logan, you can base yourself in our city and then you can visit the entire region. The other cities aren't as good and the other mayors aren't as funny, but you're definitely welcome to go and see them while you're there too. You'll just be a little bit disappointed because they're not like me. The best part about coming to Logan is we have so many opportunities and so many exciting things for you to do. Distillery Road Markets is one of my favourite. That's this facility right here. When I was first elected 10 years ago, I met an American who had come to our city. He actually wanted to build an incredible opportunity on the Gold Coast where he wanted to have smoked meat, like American barbecue. He wanted to have a gin distillery, and he wanted to have, a brewery, a microbrewery for beer. And he wanted to pay for all that because he, very similar to Starbucks, like you have here, he runs a company, he owns a company called Zarafas, which is one of the biggest coffee distributors and retail coffee shops in Australia. And he wanted to be able to deliver something on the Gold Coast because he said, the Gold Coast is a tourist destination, everyone will want to come there. And as soon as he spoke to the Gold Coast Council, he found they were too hard to work with. They didn't want to make it easy for him to invest. They didn't want to help him identify land and create opportunities. We did the opposite. Dave and I showed him this amazing piece of land, which is actually an old shopping centre, and he has transformed it into this incredible facility where they have live country music, reggae music every weekend. They have American barbecue, they have Mexican food, they have a microbrewery. It's taken him 10 years to make that dream come to fruition. It's a $50 million investment, and COVID slowed him down a little bit, but now we're down there every weekend enjoying ourselves and having a great time. Right next to his facility is the oldest rum distillery in all of Australia. It's 160 years old, and the cask that their rum is in has been there for the entire time that it has existed. So it's truly a unique flavour and experience. But we've also got so much more than that in our city. So many fun things to do on the weekend where you can get out and you can go horse riding through our bushland trails. You can visit our skate parks. You can have so much fun in our open and green spaces. But we also have amazing cultural experiences. And one of the best ones is on a Sunday morning, you can visit something called the Global Food Market. It is renowned across our entire state as a place you can go and eat food from anywhere in the world. It's fresh produce, very unique fresh produce that you'd only normally be able to buy in the home country. So because we have a huge Cambodian and Thai community, and they have special vegetables that they use in their cooking. You can't buy it anywhere else except at this market. So people come from everywhere to have amazing food experiences and to enjoy incredible and delicious hot cooked food on the morning as well. But we also have So Sweet, which is an Arabic and Lebanese sweets delicatessen where you can have amazing and delicious treats that aren't very good for your waistline, but are very, very good for your taste buds. Then we have the incredible place called Area 51, which has the alien night markets next to it. Area 51 is the largest indoor play area for kids anywhere in Australia. It's right there in Logan, and beside it we have the alien night market. So at night you can come listen to music and get great food, and it's mostly food that's Korean, that's Taiwanese, that's Chinese and Japanese. It's a great experience and a wonderful night out for the family. Oh, and I can't forget the koalas. So the Daisy Hill Koala Centre is such a great place to go and visit. Many zoos in Australia are incredibly busy. You line up for hours to try and get into them, or they're very far away. You have to drive a long way to get up to the Sunshine Coast and other places. Not so with Daisy Hill. You can pop in and you can see the koalas, you can cuddle them, have photos with them, and it's one of the best experiences you will ever have. One of the things I love about Logan as well is that when you're getting around, you will just see wildlife like kangaroos in people's yards and by, in our rural areas. They'll be by the side of the road, there to greet you and make you feel welcome. We have so many different places for you to visit as well. So we have the Chambers Flat Strawberry Farm. In Jimboomba, we have lots of unique country themed, because it's our rural part of our city, so it's very country themed sort of shopping experiences where you can find something truly unique. And of course, we also have plenty of accommodation, and here you can see the beautiful, when you have a city that's got 70% rural and open spaces, if you want to take a break where you get away from everything and have an outdoor experience, Logan can do that for you. And of course, here you can see our amazing Indigenous experiences, our Japanese restaurants, our fantastic koalas, our beautiful parklands. We have a city that has over nearly 1,000 parks. So we have 1 park per square kilometre in our city. It's incredible, and some of them are truly unique spaces that are virgin bushland that have never been touched by people, and they've been protected and taken care of, so you can go bushwalking and enjoy everything the Australian outback has to offer, while still being very, very close to the city and close to your accommodation. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation today.